Hey everybody, this is the Fiery Joker, and we just saw Silence of the Lambs.
The always wonderful to watch Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, finally we understand where a lot of those memes came from.
And references.
So this movie's basically about this this FBI trainee who's been asked by her boss to try and get a psychological profile from a psychopathic psychiatrist and cannibal named Hannibal Lecter, in order to catch this other criminal who's this serial criminal named Buffalo Bill. And Hannibal Lecter he's a little unnerving.
He looks at you like he looks at you like he's a starving man and you're a person made of chocolate or red, well tenderized, seasoned red meat. He stares at you with these hungry eyes, and he doesn't blink when he looks at you, and he just locks eyes with you, and it's very unnerving. And it's just like he's the type of individual that always maintains control of the people around him.
Yeah, you can always tell he's in. It's like he's got that presence, like he's always in control.
It's not just a presence; it's the way he talks. All right, he's always setting the terms. He's always
directing the conversation.
He's always directing conversation. He's never on anyone else's terms. He doesn't.
Yeah, you kind of get the feeling that he always has a plan. He always knows what to do. It's like every time he looks at you, it's like he asks the question, but you get the feeling he already knows the answer.
Yeah. So, there's a reason beyond getting the answer that he's asking the question.
Yeah, and it's also weird, but you also get the feeling that I always got this vibe that he was also intensely curious.
Curious in a very twisted way.
Yeah.
So, anyway, there's a new serial killer in town, and Buffalo Bill is the unofficial name of the killer, and he's kidnapping women and skinning them alive and putting
cocoons in their mouths.
Oh, and slowly but surely sewing their skin into clothing.
Yes.
Yes, he's trying to make a nice dress out of them.
But yeah, and the race is on because Buffalo Bill just kidnapped a senator's daughter.
Yep. And the only major clue with the whole where she was and how to find her, it was actually very cleverly done. So, the clue that Hannibal gives the security officer is
I like that he uses anagrams, and my D&D campaign is gonna hate me for this because I use anagrams a lot in my puzzles in Dungeons and Dragons, so I'm gonna probably steal a couple of Hannibal Lecter's quotes whenever I make another puzzle or they bemoan me using an anagram.
That's not the kind of person you should be emulating, Joshua.
Hey, I was emulating him before I saw this, alright?
Alright. Well, so basically the showdown happens and Hannibal, so he ends up, staying in control.
Yeah, he starts playing. It's like he starts playing both sides. He starts playing both sides. He starts playing two sides against each other because you can tell people are in competition with each other. He starts playing he starts pretending that he's the one being betrayed, but you really... It's just all those things. He knows exactly how to... Because the officer was given etiquette. She was told what to do and what not to do, but he knows how to appeal to desperation.
Again, they establish immediately before you introduce him that he's a psychologist. And he knows how to get what he wants out of people just by playing on their needs and wants.
Yeah, he actually talked a guy into swallowing his tongue. And you believe it, and you believe he could do it.
Yeah. You also believe he would have swallowed it for him if he didn't. Along with the rest of his face.
Yeah. They eventually transfer Hannibal after he cooperates by giving some details that he knows that the police are going to bungle up, but that the trainee is going to understand.
And then the police bungle it up. So...
The police bungle it up, and guess what? Hannibal Lecter breaks out and...
Now he's at large. Yes. Most unnerving, terrifying, psychopathic cannibal is on the loose. And the final line he says before the movie starts rolling credits is, "I've gotta go. I'm eating a friend for dinner." No, it was I'm having an old friend for dinner. It was just like, just words, just words.
Yeah.
They this words can do so much.
I thought it was great, like the escape scene. It's like I caught on like early on. I was like, wait a minute. It's just the way he was laying down on the ground, just like stiff as a statue. I'm like, hey, that was kind of reminded me of the way he was standing up stiff as a statue in that's Hannibal Lecter, isn't it?
I didn't catch on because the face. So I saw.
Well, he had the knife, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna need to see the body to confirm, but I have an idea. It's like, yep, he carved up the face. And it was, yeah. If I had to give like one big complaint, one nitpicky complaint with this movie is during the climax, the trainee's breathing was really annoying.
Yeah, and I'm like, it was really, really loud, and I'm like, I get when you're scared, you breathe, a person tends to breathe, they tend to almost hyperventilate, but
it was something we couldn't help but notice. It was just so freaking loud, it was really distracting.
I know for a fact that when you're confronted with something that you think is going to hurt you, and is actually out to hurt you, my natural impulse, at least, was to shut the heck up so that I could hear whether or not what I was, so I could hear more, clearly, But that's my little gripe. It's just like, she was breathing so loudly, and I'm like, girl, you're breathing so loudly, you're not going to be able to hear him if he's in the dark, You've got to be able to use the senses you got. You don't have your eyes, you need to use your ears. And now, she ends up, using her ears, so in the end, the whole breathing loudly ends up not even being, relevant. It's, audio, it's movie magic audio being played. So she was listening, but I'm like, so basically the director amplified her voice so that,
It's still annoying as heck, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was it was a decent film.
The hyperventilating, I will admit, it's like, it's a good way to make a scene tense.
Yeah, but it just goes on for like 3-4 straight minutes, and it's just so annoying.
It was the only sound playing.
Yeah.
It was like on repeat.
Yeah.
So, especially when we noticed, I think it only bothered us because we noticed she was breathing really, really loudly in pitch black darkness. I'm like, look, when you're pitch black darkness and you're listening for something, you want to listen. And it's like her breathing was cutting in on it. And we're like,
I mean, this is such a huge nitpick, but we couldn't help but notice it. Anyways, anything else about the movie that stuck out to you?
No, the characters were well written. The actors, the actors got good direction from the director. The sets,
it was sufficiently creepy.
The sets were good. The props were.
And I like the fact that it was courteous enough to warn us about the nut shot.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Just before the serial killer backs up and shows off his junk to the world, he gave this kind of subtle camera cue. Just to let us know what he was about to do. Because we could tell he was naked. And the camera wasn't showing anything. But then he looked down and we're like, is he going to start tricking off or is he going to back up or something? You know what? So I just put my hands up. Me and Josh both put our hands up. Just as he looked down, it's like, he's going to do something. And then he backs up in full view, and we're like, aha! I can't see it. And I was like, thank you, and again, I am much obliged to the director for including that visual cue, so that we didn't have to get bombarded by that.
Yeah, I was in the military, and I saw way more male genitalia than I ever wanted to see.
I thought it was weird how the serial killer Buffalo Bill, he also plays the chief of police from Monk.
I haven't seen Monk, so I wouldn't be able to tell you about that.
He's got this very distinct deep voice. And he looked very different in this because he was younger in this, right? But in the other one, he grows this huge mustache, and he's kind of balding a little bit on the top, and it's like here he's got a full head of hair, and none of the wrinkle thing going on. It's like, yeah, he's no, it was definitely him. I thought it was weird. That's like complete 180 role reversal. So going from human flesh skinning, serial killer to chief of police, criminal hunter. I was like, in a comedy too. We went from horror to comedy.
I guess you can do
comedy, drama, television series. I love that show.
Yeah. So yeah, this was a decent. This was a decent flick. It's given me some, ideas for D&D.
Yeah.
If anything, watching a lot of these horror things, it's given me a lot of inspiration and ideas.
Well, it was certainly interesting. So, liked it better than the last one.
Yeah.
Definitely liked it better than the last one.
Yeah. I'd have to give this one like a 7 out of 10. Good movie. Good movie. Alright, thank you all for joining us. Have a lovely day. Take care.